Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Redlance. Today we've actually got a really cool build. We're going to be making this. Okay, it's a hat rack. This makes a great gift when the holidays roll around, or a birthday present if you got someone that you know that could, they like wearing hats. It's an easy build, beginner friendly, and we're going to make it with a runner from a pallet. All right, let's get going. Okay, first thing we need to do, cut our piece down to 27 inches. Right there. Head on over to the miter saw. Starting from the top, working our way down. Make a mark at 3.5. And then the next 4 marks are spaced out at 5 inches each. So start at 3.5. Next mark's going to be at 8.5, 13.5, 18.5, and 23.5. Okay, now from the back, we're going to pull in 1.25. Use a center punch. Punch them holes. Awesome. All right. Grab yourself a 1/8 inch drill bit. And we're going to drill a hole, pilot hole through these pieces of wood. So grab yourself a sacrificial piece. Sacrifice. Go all the way through. Matter of fact, I'm going to use my Craig jig. This is a Craig centering jig. All right. Grab yourself an 1.5 hole saw or Forstner bit, and we're going to go halfway through, flip the piece, and go halfway through. That way we prevent blowout. And blowout is when the bit goes all the way through and it just tears out the material. So you're less likely to mess up. Yeah, let's get this cleaned up. Oh, yeah. All right, so now we're going to take some more measurements. This is, again, your back. The front's got more meat to it. We're going to take our speed square and having this flat edge riding on the back, we're going to go right up to the top of our hole, make a line. Just like that. You see that? Okay, we're going to do that to all pieces, every hole. Okay, and then we're going to measure down 3/4 inch and scribe our line on every hole. So measure down about 3/4 inch, connect the lines. All right, so now we need to cut this up. Now there's a couple ways you can cut this up. You can use a jigsaw, if you got a bandsaw, you can do it. I'm gonna use a jigsaw, but here's what's funny is that the last project I was working on, my jigsaw broke. And a buddy of mine knew that I was doing some woodworking, and he says, "Hey, I got some tools laying around, some stuff I've had for years." Dude, this thing is a jigsaw, and I think it came out like 1974 or something. It's a 2-speed saber saw by Shopcraft. So I put a new blade on it. Let's give it a shot, right? Let's do this. All right, always wear PPE. 2-speed, baby. Whoa. Woo, it stinks. Works. Working. All right, let's cut off the other ones. So, look, it was free. It kind of saves the day for right now until I get a different one. So you know what? That's a win. That's all. Look, that is another thing to think of too. If you need tools, don't be afraid to ask your friends and family members if they got stuff laying around or that you could borrow. Just about anything, from clamps or in this case, a jigsaw. So you're learning, you're growing, you're building. So when the time comes, you can invest more into your business, into your hobby or whatever. So don't be embarrassed where you start. You're starting, you're doing, you're building, creating. Dude, that's a solid win. All right, I'll shut up. Let's continue. Now to clean up these holes, if you can get your hands on one of these little cylinder sanders, these work out great. They're really inexpensive. I picked these up at Menards. Just throw it in your chuck. All right, so now we're going to sand the inside of here. Easy way to do it is find a little thin slat of wood. Wrap it up with a little piece of sandpaper. Say it was a 120. All right, guys, that's looking good. Nice. So now what we're going to do is we're going to figure out how to mount this on the wall. So there's a couple options you have. You can grab yourself a keyhole bit and use a router to put a little keyhole slot on here. What I'm going to be using are these little inserts here that I got off of Amazon. They go on like that. This is how I install these keyhole slot discs. It's a little harder to explain than actually doing it, so just bear with me. All right, some basic measurements. I go down at about 1.25 inches, make a mark. Find the center of my piece, which I've got 3 1/8, so we're going to be doing about, 1 9/16. Okay. Right there. Okay. That's where we're going to be drilling. Take a 1-inch Forstner bit, and you're only going to go down about 1/8 inch, the thickness of your piece. Take thickness of that disc. Now place your disc inside. Make sure that the screw holes are perfectly straight with your piece. Mark out where the screws go. And you're going to mark this whole inside section. Like this. You see that? Okay. What I do then is I rotate the disc 180 degrees. Line up those screw holes again. And once again, trace out that center section. Because this whole section here now, we're going to be cleaning out using a 3/8 Forstner bit. That right there, okay? Put your 3/8 Forstner bit in. And you're only going to go down about a 3/16 of an inch. It's just enough for a screw head or a nail head to go in. See that all right? Now I'm going to actually clean it up a little bit with this bit. Okay, just like that. Put your disc in this way. Make sure you drop your screws on the floor because they're very small. Screw in there. Screw in there. All right, see how that looks? Just like that. And that is exactly what I did with this project. Exactly the same thing. Went up about 1.25 inches, centered it, put the keyhole slots in. Dude, it works out great. This is a fantastic way of hanging stuff. All right, so hanging on the wall is actually really easy. Grab yourself some low-tack tape. Lay it down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rub down here to find out where that large opening is. There. Right there. Okay. All right. Nice and straight. So I like the natural color of this piece. So we are just going to throw on some shellac. Watch these colors kind of pop. Oh, that looks nice. That looks really nice, guys. And now, you guys got yourself a badass hat rack. All right, guys, that's it for today. If you enjoyed today's content, can you do me a favor? Comment, like, share, and subscribe. All right? I'm your host, Redlance, and this is definitely a project that you can hang your hat on. Oh, jeez. Later, guys.